Copped that new rape on them haters. Threw up. Brother went to jail for them. Told me you up. First time I seen 100 bands.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
But that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Brees now on first down. And Watson has it right side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Snap comes at 1, and now Brees. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brees going to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here.
21.
Working from the gun, it's Brees. And pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
We got 3, we got 10. Green the line.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Watson hands this to Foreman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throw it.
He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6, and the Texans have taken the early lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. New Orleans coming back out onto the field here, Charles, but let's discuss Drew Brees. We, of course, talked about him in great length last week when he became the league's all-time leading passer. Well, this last week, he connected on career touchdown pass number 500 in that one-point victory against Baltimore.
Yeah, he's now beaten all 32 teams in the NFL. Only Brett Favre had done that prior to. And how about this? I saw the president of the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Sunday, and he was there for a different reason. But I said, hey, with Drew Brees breaking all these records, is there enough space that you can get all this stuff in for him? He just said he keeps breaking them, we'll build him his own wing.
And his Purdue Boilermakers beat Ohio State. He was pumped after that. Good weekend for Drew Brees.
Sammy! Whoa. Got it! Whoa.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Lady. 21.
Throwing on 1st down is Brees. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll run here with Ingram. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means...
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 5. 3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And Lutz's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Foreman. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A.J. Klein coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Black 22! Black 22!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. In for the score. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you don't lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
For the New Orleans first. On first down, Breeze. Throw left side complete. It's Watson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
21.
Breeze now on first down. Throw right side here, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing now is Breeze. Over the middle, complete. It's Carr. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
To throw is Breeze. His throw caught at about the 5. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Ready. Waiting.
Breeze to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Benjamin Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Back out there come the Houston Texans, the AFC South leading Houston Texans, by the way. They are in first place, and they'll be home week 8 against Miami. Charles, that's a chance for them to get to 5-3.
How about that? And remember, they started the season 0-3, and in the midst of that losing streak, their quarterback Deshaun Watson told everyone, if you're doubting us now, don't jump on the bandwagon later this season. And guess what? That bandwagon better be ready, because they're going to have some extra shocks to it. Everyone hopping on now in the midst of this winning streak. Deshaun Watson still gets hit way too often, but they found a way to win 4 in a row and now are in first place in the AFC South.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On first down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Camaro. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. to leverage by the offensive line to create space up front. Really well done.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now Breeze. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
36.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn from a yard out. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll find Akins there, complete. Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Watson just beating the play clock. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st down, it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To the air yet again. Watson. He's going to launch this thing. And this is caught at the 20. They give him a gain of 37.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Back 22.
From the red zone now, Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Down. Back 22. Back 22.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans are in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Breeze now on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Breeze now. Flushed out right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Easy.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Breeze will try again on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. DJ Reader able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
95-56. Left. Got it. 21.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Hard throw, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Got it. All right, two.
Now Breeze got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now it's Ginn. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready. Wait.
To throw is Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. And
all at once, one big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, blue 80! Blue 80!
Get me. You're not gonna get me.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there at 22. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Black 99 Philly! Down! Blue 80! Blue 80! Black 99 Philly! Shift! Shift! Shift!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Set! Blue 80! Blue 80!
From the gun, here's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 58 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Got it. Monday.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bernardrick McKinney in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
21. Got it. Under. 13. 12. 11.
Back to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. You ready? Got it. 11.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
36.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Black 39, Philly.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Black 22. Black 22.
They run again with Foreman, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. they'll run with Foreman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before.
Still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.